I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard.
3 million people coming across the border in a year. That's a lot of people.
I think the people here in Texas will tell you that it's very unsafe now with a large influx of people. I mean, there's millions that weren't here before.
For his benefit in politics, get people to vote for him.
Hello, it's Alexandra for Ribbon News, and I'm still reporting from the southern border in Texas. Today, we ventured to the Mexican side to observe the situation there. But before, let me refer you to TexasBorderReport.com to watch our report. And you can support our journalism by donating through this website. Apparently, Governor Greg Abbott is exerting pressure on the Mexican government to do their part in halting the flood of migrants crossing illegally into the USA. Upon crossing the bridge by foot, to our surprise, no documentation or passport were checked. From the bridge, we had a clear view of the reinforcement installed by Governor Abbott. Shipping containers with massive amount of razor wire are currently in place. The same razor wire that sparked the legal battle between the Biden administration and Governor Abbott. While Shelby Park is currently fully secure, the question remains, for how long? And this represents only a small portion of the border. A bit further, there are ranches where people are allegedly crossing. And one of the hotspots right now is Quemado, roughly a 20-minute drive away. Despite our attempt, we were unable to spot any illegal crossing. Turning to our experience on the Mexican side, we noticed that almost all properties were fenced off. We spoke with military officers and locals about some information we found online regarding buses with migrants being turned back to the south. We aimed to verify the accuracy of this information. What we discovered is that indeed military personnel are attempting to check buses at various stations to prevent migrants from heading north to the border, redirecting them back south. The duration of this operation remains uncertain. Additionally, we spoke with Custom Border Patrol agent who explained that since Biden took office in 2023, there has been an increase in individuals not only crossing over, but also seeking to be caught by Border Patrol to begin the process of claiming refugee status. Currently, Governor Greg Abbott is pushing back against what he called Joe Biden's lawless policy. However, in Arizona, where the governor is a Democrat, it is alleged that illegal aliens are flooding into the country. Gun smuggling, drug dealing, and human trafficking are among the terrible crimes occurring at the southern border, potentially spilling over to the Canadian border, if not already present. The number speaks for itself regarding the problem here at the border in Texas. Since the launch of Operation Lone Star in March 2021 by Greg Abbott, the multi-agency effort has led to over 496,000 illegal immigrant apprehension and more than 38,000 criminals apprehended. Additionally, Texas law enforcement has seized over 454 million lethal doses of fentanyl. I'm going to ask some of the people why they think Biden make it so easier for illegals to cross over into the U.S.
For his benefit in politics, get people to vote for him.
Opening up the border to try to flood it with people they hope vote Democratic, and they try to flip Texas and make it a Democratic state so that we Republicans would never have another president again.
He opened the border up.
Biggest reason that I can think of is more votes and to bust our economy. make it easier for them to take more control.
And how do you feel as an American to see that happening?
It's well, my mother's an immigrant from England, and she had to go through all the right channels to become a citizen, and I think that that's the way it still should be. Is, you know, people need to go through the right channels, and as it is right now, we don't know who's coming into this country, what kind of background. There's no checking them. They're just coming in freely.
I know that it's a huge drain on our medical system. It's a huge drain on every city that's getting inundated with people. I'm glad that they're transporting them to these cities that consider themselves sanctuary cities, and now they're eating that expense as well. It shouldn't all be on the border states. It should be spread out among everybody, but it should be closed so that we don't have to deal with it anymore.
We're all paying for it. And I understand people want a better place, but there's a proper way of doing it.
3 million people coming across the border in a year, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of resources. You know, these border towns, they're scrambling. It's just not, we can't sustain it.
Like, so how many does this town actually able to support, right? So when they're influxing at 10,000 plus a day, where are they going? I'm not against the Latinos that come over to work. That's 100% fine, but lately it's not what's been coming over at all.
It's just been rolling.
South African, they found them 2 terrorists out here not too long ago. That's not immigration, that's invasion.
As far as the federal government reimbursing the states, that's still taxpayer money. I'm putting money into a government to take care of us, and they're inviting millions of people in who aren't doing anything yet to start do that. So, you know, to start helping to cover all that.
Do you have any safety concern about now your country to see like the number increasing of illegal alien?
Oh, well, yeah, there's lots of criminals coming in, and terrorists and everything else, and we don't know what can happen on our homeland here in America, and who's that going to affect. And this is not just something that's probably going to happen overnight, but it's going to affect our children, our grandchildren, and children to come.
Sad, those 11 immigrants beat the hell out of them 2 cops up in New York, and they let them go on a PR bond. Are you serious? If I had done that same thing, I'd still be sitting in jail. That's my concern. Is the problem in some of the cities, they're run by the wrong people. And I hate to say it like that. That happened in Texas, he'd be rotting in jail, where he should be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because there's a lot of them coming from the Middle East, from China, and you've seen a lot of the videos where they're not families like everybody's making out. They're between 25 and 35 years old. That's prime military age, you know, and why? You know, and so it's like, how many sleepers are coming in here? When is it going to start, you know,
the sleepers
coming here?
They're already here.
When's the fighting going to start here? When are they going to start bombing us? So it's very aggravating, infuriating, and as an American, it's got to stop. It's got to stop.
As far as safety, to answer that question, I think the people here in Texas will tell you that it's very unsafe now with a large influx of people. I mean, there's millions that weren't here before, and that's a huge safety issue.
Don't forget to go over TexasBorderReports.com. It's not cheap to go all the way down here, but it's because of you that we can do it. So I encourage you to go over TexasBorderReports.com. Donate what you can. Every dollar counts. Thank you in advance.